Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
But as I say, and I don't know how clear this is.
It's clear.
It's clear.
We see.
Clear? All right. I don't know what's on the right or what's on the left, because I didn't do a test of it. But nevertheless,
Same thing.
what we're looking at is one photo where I'm kneeling down, I'm squatting down. We call that getting down in the gangster stance. You know, there's a lot of prison pictures. You know, you might see somebody squatting down, right? And keep in mind, these photos are photos that were taken after spending 2.5 years in what some states call juvie. We call it LTI, Louisiana Training Institute of Youth Guidance. But I wasn't guided. I was in the institute getting prepared for the next level of incarceration. And that is why as an adult, when you experience that life as a child, you graduate and go on to the penitentiary, you're back around the same people you were around when you was 14, 15, 13, 16 years old. The same people. When you go to the parish, you're around the same people. And it's like a homecoming. Because you've been put in an environment that is the pipeline to the penitentiary as an adult.
That's right.
Okay? One photo we're looking at, and as I thought about the coloring of Allah, I was thinking about success. Okay? And during the early 90s, from 1990 to 1993, I was perceived to be successful. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Because of material things, it gives the image of success.
That's right.
Right? You've heard the saying of don't sell your soul to the devil, right? And when you are doing works that puts you in that category of being an agent of the devil, you may not look at yourself as, you know, in that light, but you're a little devil.
Right.
Because you're playing a role.
That's right.
You're working against in opposition to the rise of Allah's people.
That's right, brother.
So on the picture with my cousin standing behind me with the gold shirt on, and to the right of him, or to the left of him, someone that was very close to me, Big Brown, and on side of me was my partner, Lil Kevin. All three of these gentlemen are dead. Okay? Nobody lived to see 25. Right? I stand before you today with the help of Allah. I was able to see 45 last year. Inshallah, Brother Rashid's mother will be turning 95 this month. I pray that we can see that 95. Right? And some years behind that, Brother Darrell's grandmother was able to see 103, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
2 out of the 3 were murdered. 1 died in a car crash. To the far other end, we have 2 squatting down. We were all perceived to be successful. The one with the black jacket on, Big Joe, very close to me. Like a brother, I used to call him my son. Only 2 years separated us. He was killed. Had a heart to go. He was a very good guy. He was a youngster, of course. We were all young, but hindsight, when you evaluate things and assess people, when you look back on it, you say, wow, that was a good dude.
Right.
He was too good to be doing what he was doing.
Right.
And he lost his life as a result of being too good in the grimy game, as we call it. The one to him been incarcerated now 27 years. He has a life sentence. He's in Angola. I have to remind him that I'm not a walking ATM, because he calls on the record. Say, I can't lose you on my W-2. You get the picture. But if you look at him, you kind of can see, you know, yeah. But that's perception, right?
Right.
And the one to my left, standing up, he served a 40-year term. You know, someone that he was one of the first people, and this reminds me of something else, that when we receive knowledge, we have to be consistent. And even though, I'm gonna just say this, one night we were, or one morning, and I say morning to my 8 a.m., 2, 3 in the morning, we were at IHOP, and he was somewhat conscious. So he had been exposed, he was familiar with the minister, and you know, he was aware of Farrakhan as the prophet, I think, that he listened. He knew the words and all of that. And we were in IHOP, and of course, I was all the way, you know, somewhere else in terms of mental consciousness. And so, you know, we were at the table and we ordered some, you know, some pork. So he was like, man, why y'all still eating that swine? Y'all need to order some orange juice and let's go outside and smoke this blunt. That is what he said. I remember that like it was yesterday. So you're telling me that not eating pork is something that I shouldn't do, which is bad for me, but you want me to order some OJ and we go outside and smoke some weed. It didn't make sense to me. So my partner, who was sitting in the booth on the side of me, we looked at each other and he just cussed him out. He was like, and I was laughing. I was like, that boy's crazy, right? Don't eat no pork, but let's go smoke some weed. And in my dead little mind, I knew that smoking weed wasn't, you know, like I'm doing something better. Right. Oh man, you tripping. It was kind of funny. I remember that though. Yeah. So he's been a non-pork eater for a very long time. And of course, you know, he got swallowed up in the system. And 40 years in the feds, that means you have to do about 35 years here. That's a life sentence. You understand? Yeah. And the middle picture is on my 18th birthday. And of course, I thought I was grown. Proper perception prevents poor performance. I had so much to learn. So we see the end result, right? Right. So we go from club photos to prison photos, right? It's like overnight, right? And so on this picture, it's about 10 of us, and you're looking at probably about 400 years of incarceration combined. Wow. In terms of terms. And you know, we on the yard right here. And at this time, I was a FOI, soldier in the belly of the beast. And when you look at the picture, this is not to elevate me, but when I looked at the picture, I'm like, man, you know, most of the homeless were still smoking cigarettes and other things. And you know, there's alcohol in prison, you know, what we call hooch, right. You know, naturally made. Yeah. Okay, anyway. So, but you know, at this point in my life, and this was in Oakdale, you know, in Oakdale, by me being in Louisiana, we had a lot of brothers from Louisiana, because I've been to Oklahoma, West Virginia, Mississippi, Florida, Atlanta, you know, I've been around. I traveled a good bit. But when back at home, you know, there was more people from Louisiana. So these were like our homeboys, right? And I looked at myself, I was like, man, I guess I did look like I had been cleaned up, you know, in terms of neatness and, you know. Right. And some of the homies respected me so much, when I would come around, they'd put their cigarette out. Right? You know how people smoke now, you might be around somebody, they'll hit a cigarette and they be blowing all like this here towards the ground, trying to make sure that the smoke don't get in your face. Am I right? Right. And of course I had to do a little shot, and my mother was here, she'd be like, oh boy, why did you put that up? And that was in Memphis, FCI Memphis, before I accepted the teaching. And I had told myself, after I was sentenced, that I wasn't going to cut my hair anymore. But, you know, I became conscious. Right. And those little plaits that you see at my ear, they had made it all the way down to my shoulder. And, yeah, I was like, okay, it's time for this to go. Moving on. All right. I think think for some reason it's out of order, but this was supposed to have been before, but nevertheless, we go why, right? Our hands all up in the air, right? Perception, we are successful, huh? Finger up, we booting up and all this stuff, right? And this is, you know, out of 4 of us on the picture in the club, and I'm in the wicker chair. I wonder if they still have chairs like that in the club. I ain't trying to find out. But anyway, I think, you know, you look at those wicker chairs, it's like chairs that you found the kings and stuff sitting in, right? Old pictures. Imagine that. You want to feel like a king sitting in this wicker chair. I never really even thought about it, but here it is. But 2, you know, of those good brothers are no longer with us. My other man right here, you know, standing in the back, the same one that's standing up on the other side, you know, he told somebody, when I came home, he was home, he told somebody, they was like, man, you're not rolling with your boy? And he used to be called my shadow. A few people said that everywhere I went, he was with me. And he told them, he never told me, but according to what they said, he said he was married to the street. He said he respect what I was doing. And now he did support some of our fundraisers in 2006 and 2007, but he's back doing time now because he chose to be married to the streets. Right? So you have to come along with the baby that's produced through being married to the street, and it's not an attractive baby. And so, of course, the 15 years that I have under my belt, he done 4 years as a juvenile, so he has, you know, he surpassed my 15 years. And the other picture I chose to upload this one because this was on my 18th birthday. And the car behind that car was mine also. And we went to New Orleans for my 18th birthday. No, 19th birthday, I'm sorry. The other one was 18, this was 19. And those are weapons right there, it looked like. But anyway, weapons of destruction, right? Yes, sir. So today we hold, you can't really see it because it's blue jeans, but today we hold Bibles and Qurans, which are weapons of destruction. Right? The last shall be first and the first shall be last. So the weapons of destruction that we use today, on here this was a 9mm, right? We still shoot bullets. But we shoot those bullets of truth out of the Quran as well as the Bible today. And they're far more effective. Far more effective.
Praise to Allah.
Yeah. And actually this was on a Sunday and we went to the lakefront, we went to a club, and I did not miss class after going to sleep at 4 in the morning. I was going to Southern University this time. I was a freshman on the yard, and I really enjoyed college. It was really fun to say that I was a crazy little drug dealer. But that I did understand that there was no retirement plan in that lifestyle. So I had enough sense to know I had to find something as a way out to do something better. Nobody was really believing in that educational thing. That was like in the back of my mind. You know, we could stay up all night, but before Southern, I went to Camelot, and I really enjoyed that experience. Camelot, the real college, was very yeah, it was pretty cool. But I knew something had to be better than what I was doing. That was like the ends justifying the means, walkway of thinking. But yeah. Oh, I must have uploaded too many. I didn't mean all these. But since I'm here, this is Bible Classic of 1992, and that was my man that we call my shadow, called Kiki actually. Love him today like a brother, but of course, you know how it is. We grow up, and sometimes because of the path that we're on, we go separate ways. We have a lot of history, been through a lot of things, and yeah. And the picture that's on the left of me, right there, that's on what's called a Cirque strip, and Sister Deborah and Gabby and things there right on Caprice Drive, probably on a daily basis. And those apartments look a lot different. And even though you see the sign, no loitering in the background. And I wanted to show you this because of the rebellion, right? They put that on up there because of us that was selling narcotics daily, 7 days a week. And they had this no loitering on the side of the building. We ignored that to the fullest. Like, you ain't talking about nothing. But this was the day that night I caught the case that sent me to prison. That was actually I was in central booking. I had another shirt on, that pants and those shoes and that undershirt. That's what I wore in central booking that night. And that's New Year's Day, 1993.
Wow.
So I'm saying to myself, I'm starting the year off on the top and feeling wonderful. 92 was a good year. But my perception, see, I thought I may have been first, right? Leading the charge. And I led the charge all right? Head first right into a 12-year stretch in the penitentiary. So even though we may perceive somebody to be successful, what success are we measuring that by?
That's right.
Right? The last shall be first and the first shall be last. There were many people that were my age, because I was 19 on here, that done things totally different. And in their eyes, growing up, riding by, seeing how I was living, they may have perceived me at that time to be what? Successful. I'm first. Right? But that was a total reversal that had to take place in order for Allah's will to be manifested in my life. Because I done good. I used to give, my grandmother money to deposit in church, because I have the Christian background, right? Got baptized in 11. So in my way of thinking, if I did good, I tried to be a morally ethic drug dealer. I would sell drugs to pregnant women, like a standard. Some of the owners, they ain't care, right? And I was like, no, that ain't good. So a lot, I look at, I'm like, I wasn't too bad. I was bad, but nonsense.
Are you listening? Damn.